Ito ang Broad Streamcast Communicators, ang naiba at kakaibang plataforma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Streamcast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Streamcast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techie Mami, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hello, happy rainy Wednesday po sa inyong lahat. Late akong pumasok kasi meron ako inayos dito sa bahay sandali. But, oh my God, it's raining so hard here. Raining cats and dogs. Okay, how cliche, pero ayan. Ang lakas ng ulan dito sa Pampanga. Sana naman hindi na ganito kasing lakas ng ulan dyan sa Manila, lalong-lalo sa Marikina, where my family lives, my ate and my brother lives there pa, in Provident and there sa Marikina. Sana po puminto na yung ulan kasi nga they enjoyed at least 2 days of reprieve na kasi tumataas na naman yung tubig doon the other day, right? Sana naman po puminto. Anyway, sandali lang. Pinaayos ko tong aking monitor. Pasensya na. But anyway, happy Wednesday everyone and thank you for those who are joining me. Nakita ko na naman ang nanonood kayo pero hindi ko makita yung mga pangalan kaya hindi ako maka-shout out minsan because I see your names pagkatapos na ng show. But whoever's watching there, welcome to the show. Magandang umaga, magandang maulan na umaga sa inyong lahat. And wala akong birthday greetings today kasi yung aking nahulog. Sorry. Dahil yung listahan ko ay hindi ko makita. But anyway. Thank you very much. Wala na kasing battery itong aking phone. I was charging it. But anyway, good morning everyone. We're still, of course, welcome to Buhay Online. At of course, yaman din lamang na of course online ang pinag-uusapan. Yesterday, I started to talk about, of course, meron pang mga excerpts na tungkol sa distance learning ang pinag-uusapan kasi at saka of course ang involvement ng technology sa ating mga buhay, lalong-lalo na sa education at pag-aaral. Right? But we were talking about yung mga, of course, as much as maraming nawala ng trabaho dahil sa pandemya, marami rin namang mga nakapag-umpisa ng mga negosyo at saka nakakuha ng mga bagong trabaho dito sa pandemya to because of technology. Because, of course, no, we talked about that in past episodes pero dadaanan din natin ulit ngayon na itong pandemic na to because we were trying to view it in retrospect for the past year, of course, that the pandemic has been going on. At ayun na nga, today, no, I was talking to si Tita Baby Del Coro tungkol sa, hindi kami makapaniwala na August na next week, right? Ano ba yun? August. Tapos nun, burn na ulit. Parang kaka-happy Chinese New Year pa lang. Wala. Ubus na naman yung taon. 2021 is just passing and breezing us right through na ganun kabilis. Yan tao, nakita nyo doon. Tama. Yun yung aking mabutihing better half. Bumababa sa hagdanan. But anyway, yun na nga. Napakabilis ng oras, napakabilis ng panahon, pero we are coping. Before di ba, we have to realize na we have been coping. Resilient tayo. We have been coping with this pandemic. Of course, as maraming nawala ng negosyo, maraming nawala ng kabuhayan, ng trabaho, marami din naman ang bumangon at nag-umpisa ng bagong negosyo, maraming nakahanap ng bagong trabaho, at yun na nga, yung mga pros and cons ng pandemic, a lot of people have become stronger. At the same time, of course, yung families bonded closer. At hindi yun. We rediscovered ourselves. Marami sa atin na naka-discover na marami pa pala tayong pwedeng gawin para sa sarili natin, lalo sa trabaho. Yun na nga, yung mga online jobs na nandyan, tsaka yung mga online courses na pwedeng matutunan. Pinag-usapan natin yan before. Talaga namang, there's a lot of opportunities na pinesent nitong pandemya na to. Pero yun na nga, dahil sa technology, na-achieve natin yan, right? And we're in the subject of that technology sa ating pamumuhay. Are we too dependent on computers? Are we internet dependent? Yeah, kahapon totoo. Ako nga, di ba sabi ko sa inyo, I'm guilty of that. I really am dependent on technology because not that my whole life depends on it, but my kabuhayan depends on it. Like, I'm almost online 24/7. Pinapatay ko lang to talaga tapos na when I'm winding down my day after all my tasks and my jobs and my things that I have to do online. Siguro, yeah, to tell you, my regimen is a little bit not normal because I sleep like I end my days at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock. Then I have to wind down my days. Hindi ako basta-basta nakakatulog kasi nga alert pa rin yung aking pag-iisip at yung adrenaline ko pa nandito. So I have to wind down. Okay? Eto na nga, paano ka nag-wind down? Mag-Netflix ako sandali to relax, manonood an hour. So by the time I end my day, it's like what, 2 o'clock in the morning or 1:45, pinaka-late na yata 3. And then I sleep, no? Nauuna nang matulog yung aking better half, tsaka siyempre anak ko, tsaka nandito ngayon yung my other son namin, anak ng aking fiancé. And tulog na sila, ako ang huling-huling natutulog, but then, so I wind down my day like 2:30 in the morning, and I wake up, hulaan nyo, I wake up 5:30 or 6 o'clock. I know it's not healthy. I only sleep like 3 hours a day or 3 to 4 hours a day. And this is how I've been living my life for the past more than whatever, 50 years. Yes, so more than that. Okay, so, but anyway, going back to the subject of being dependent on technology, right? Yesterday we were talking about that, how technology has affected, and how, kasi in the education sense, diba? How did the technology help students survive during COVID-19? Malaking bagay, diba? Kasi nga, nag-transition from face-to-face education to online, tsaka yung iba naman sa module. Pero nakatulong talaga ang technology because, you know, despite the changes and challenges of COVID-19, you know nga, a host of other sectors are thriving. You know, the technology has transformed our daily lives and allowed us to cope with this pandemic in many ways. Yun nga, sa aspect ng education, okay? Remote working, right? It is no secret that the usual workplace has changed forever, and what you used to know as regular working days have changed entirely now that you can do them all from home. So yun na nga, yung pag-aaral na pag-usapan na natin yun, pag-aaral online, yan ang nangyari the past year. And with that also is remote working because maraming mga companies ang nagsara temporarily pero inilipat ang kanilang operations online, right? Sa Amerika and of course the rest of the world, including us, the Philippines. Kasi maraming call center na pina-work from home ang kanilang mga tao by providing them with, of course, pinauwi yung mga computers, pinadala yung mga laptop. Ganun po ang nangyari, right? So, kasi nga, there are, of course, not all the jobs pwedeng gawin from home. Kagaya nga yan, manufacturing, yung mga pabrika, yun nga, yung mga essential food na bukas, all throughout the pandemic, bukas yung mga gumagawa ng pagkain, di ba? Kasi essentials yun, gumagawa ng mga medical um, equipment or yung mga PPE, mga ganyan. Parang naging frontliners na rin yung mga trabahador ng mga company na yan, mga manufacturers. Doon rin sa construction, there was a time na tinigil yung mga construction kasi nga mako-COVID yung mga trabahador. Pero we had to continue because infrastructure naman ang naapektuhan nun. So all those things considered, right, sa pandemya. And malaking tulong dyan ang technology, right? Because sa communication, di ba? Sa pagtatrabaho rin, lalo-lalo na yan, yung mga call center, kailangan talaga ang internet. At yun, nagagawa from the house, okay? Technologies like Zoom, di ba, ay talagang umusbong at naging sikat ang Zoom because that was the place where people could meet as a group and can meet, have their business meetings, their town hall meetings, yung mga kumpanya gamit ang Zoom. It saw the rise from, oh my God, from 10 million users to 200 million per day. Yan ang nangyari sa Zoom, okay? My goodness. Yan ang nangyari sa Zoom. Sobra siyang sumikat, right? Because it was really a good way to parang simulate the office meetings, right? Through Zoom, okay? From 10 million to 200 million per day as more people started using video communication software to communicate with families and colleagues more than ever before, okay? Microsoft Teams, isa pa to, just like Zoom, has seen a large increase in the number of users as well. Oh my God, ang lakas ng ulan. Hindi ko alam kung naririnig nyo. Teka nang nawawala na yung battery ng aking cellphone. I don't know if you can hear it, but okay. I don't know if you can hear it, but the rain is really, really, really pouring so much, okay? Anyway, ayaw talagang tumayo tong cellphone ko. Never mind. It's okay. All right, so, as I was saying, right, yan ang naging malaking tulong ang technology, right? At talaga namang very useful source of communication, not only communication but of course sa pagtatrabaho. All right? So as the pandemic continues to spread across the world and yung ating pagiging uncertain kung kailan ito matatapos looms, more and more people are getting used to working from home. And software like Zoom makes work easier for them to communicate with each other. Sabi nga nila, di ba, ng mga analysts, sa palagay nila, even if matapos na itong pandemic, some companies or corporations or even schools are still going to use online, right? Or remote working or online learning or blended learning and use technology, okay? Kasi nga, they found out, of course, that things work. You know, that we are able to be efficient at our work kahit na remote. Kasi naman talaga, may maraming mga trabaho na pwede mong gawin from the home. Except nga, of course, ang issue dyan before was confidentiality. Kung ano ka, law firm ka or financial institution like a bank, mahirap naman talagang mag-remote work. Pero nga, because of technology also, the IT engineers, those MIS people, or naka-invento naman na rin sila to devise a way na lagyan ng firewall or lagyan ng security yung mga information na pinapass natin. Lalo na sa mga nagre-remote work. Okay? Ano pa? Financial technology. Another area na nakakita ng boost in usage during the pandemic is yung financial technologies. Okay? Fintech. Fintech services have become more popular as a way to buy and sell goods digitally, okay? More than half of the world's population is now practicing self-isolation. This means that local businesses, diba, mga casino, restaurant, pati nga hotel and travel and whatnot were closed down. And it minimized the number of people who can come to the premises na magpunta sa hotel o casino. However, because of the development of financial technology or fintech, people can order their things at yun na nga, sugal included, naging sikat din tuloy yung online sabong na yan. In a way, maraming cons yun kasi fine nakapagbigay ng negosyo or nakapagbigay ng livelihood sa ibang tao pero sinira naman din yung mga buhay ng ibang tao na naa-addict sa mga online sabong na yan. So, good and bad pa rin, pros and cons. But then, tsaka yun na nga, because of financial technology, we are given more options to spend our money or pay in many ways, right? Every sort of pagkakagastusan na invento na ng technology, right? You can order food, groceries, pabili ka, magpapalengke ka, and anything you need and have it delivered sa doorstep nyo. Ayun ang nangyari sa pandemic. I mean, ako rin naggamit din ako ng remote pamalengke eh. Ilang beses ako nag-order last year ng pangpalengke kasi natatakot ako pumunta sa palengke. But after a while, ako na yung namamalengke. But okay, kasi minsan, di ba, pagdala sa'yo nung in-order mo online, hindi ka naman natuwa sa quality ng pinili niya. Mahirap talaga. Di ba, I really believe in if you want something done right, you do it yourself eh. Kaso, because of the social distancing and pandemic, I had to resort to make papalengke to somebody else. Pero yun. Yung una, okay. Yung pangalawa, hindi na ako natuwad sa mga itsura ng meat na dinala eh. But anyway, water under the bridge, alright? So, with the development of fintech, people can order anything from food to groceries to, of course, appliances, commodities. Yan nga, sumikat lalo yung Shopee, Lazada, tapos yung Lalamove, yan nga, yung Grab, Uber dati, Uber Eats sa ibang country, and anything you need and have it delivered. This is only possible because different financial technologies or fintech have made money transfer safe and secure. Really? Bakit ganun? May mga nahahack pa, di ba? Yun na. Yung pag-hahack, kagaya ko, yun na naman. Hindi pa rin ako makapag-ATM hanggang ngayon sa BDO. Kahit na loyalist ako sa BDO, matagal na years, pero na-compromise dun yung aking debit card. Tapos every time, kahit magbukas ako ng bagong account, nahahack pa rin. Nakukuha na ng money yung debit card ko. Buti sana kung credit card yun. Hindi pera yung ninanakaw sa akin. Every time I get an ATM, siguro lilipas ng ilang araw pagtingin ko nababawasan yung balance ko because may nagcha-charge na mga Steam games, mga galema, mga araw Uber, as in araw-araw hanggang sa maubos yung perang nalalagay ko sa account na yon. So I decided to just not have an ATM sa video ko and I had to open another bank account somewhere to try to see kung hahabulin pa rin ako ng hacker. Ang nakakaloka doon, nagbukas ako ng account. I enjoyed like 2 weeks of walang bothering me sa ano. Tapos bigla na lang the week after, yun, meron na namang unauthorized debit doon sa ATM ko na pinuksan doon sa bangko na yun. So, paano ma-explain yun? Technically, I think parang nakatimbre na either my ISP, hindi, nakalipat na ako, wala na ako sa Manila, so imposible naman through the internet. But somehow, somewhere, some number of mine or anything, is nakatimbre na sa mga mafia of the world. Na basta pag nagbukas siya ng debit card or ATM, kuhanin natin yung pera. Hello! Buti sana kung milyon-milyon na makukuha nila. Gusto ko yung mga pinaghihirapan kong trabaho at sweldo, kukunin lang nila. So, yan. So, I decided wag na ako mag-ATM. Kasi nakalink sa ATM for some reason. Automatically, when I open an ATM account, tapos yung nga, di ba, magiging Visa or MasterCard yun, pwede ka mag-charge doon. Yan na, sila na yung nauuna na nag-charge. Anyway, so, we talked about that. Okay, being online, fintech technology. Yan, dyan ang effective ang technology. Ano pa? Of course, the internet, right? Internet of Things. Internet of Things devices are now found in most households, from smart speaker devices to yoga mats and even toasters and fridge. Developers see an opportunity to incorporate digital transformations in homes, diba? The use of such devices has increased during the pandemic period as more people are looking for home convenience. Yun na nga, kaya nga lumakas yung bentahan sa Lazada, sa Shopee, order na lang bagong TV na smart TV o yung mga cellphone na order na rin lahat. So, Internet of Things devices can also be used in the fight against COVID-19. Okay? Researchers suggest that an Internet of Things enabled healthcare system will be developed and can monitor COVID-19 patients. Anyway, nangyari na nga yan. Meron na mga app na nakaka-monitor kung nagka-COVID ka. Meron na mga app na check yung mga vitals mo or yung mga symptoms mo. Meron na, okay? Ganyan ka ang technology, ganyan ka robust, ganyan ka fast developing ang technology. So there are already such apps for the healthcare system to help monitor COVID-19 spread and to also help determine kung merong kang COVID-19. Yun na nga, di ba yung test na RCPT, tapos yung meron ng saliva test, meron ng kung ano-anong test. But of course, most of the time you still have to pay for that, okay? LOT or Internet of Things has also helped businesses and has had a positive impact sa abilidad to function nitong pandemya na to. It has also helped employees while working from home. Ay talaga, in of course, a majorly big way. It's freed up their time and has a significant return to investment for most businesses, okay? Tapos, nagkaroon din yung drone technology. Yung drone, yung dati ang drone, para lang maging para siyang picture taking from overhead, tsaka kinukunan from afar, para siyang maliit na helicopter, basta lumilipad doon na may camera. Okay? During the pandemic, madaming countries, maraming bansa tried to take advantage of drone technology in different scenarios. Some countries like Africa, Malawi, Rwanda, and Ghana are using drones for transportation and delivery purposes during COVID-19. Talaga, yung drone na talaga nag-develop na, nag-evolve na from camera lang ng mga paparazzi na kumukuha or nag-gate crash sa mga kasal or mga events ng mga artista or celebrities abroad and here. Ngayon, ang drone it's already used for delivery. Diba? Ang cool. Delivering medicine, delivering malalaking drone na yun, parang na siyang mga helicopter, okay? So in those countries I mentioned, they use drones for transportation and delivery purposes. They would deliver and pick up medical supplies to reduce transportation time and minimize infection and exposure risk. Kasi nga, parang yung robot na yun na aeroplano or whatever yung drone, i-deliver na sa footsteps ng hospital or wherever kailangan. Companies like Amazon are also utilizing drone technology, granted permission by the US government to start a trial with a drone delivery service. Oh, yan, sa Amerika. In Ireland, Tesco was given permission to start a delivery grocery service drone, which cut delivery service time, freed delivery drivers, and helped vulnerable customers during the pandemic. Okay? The technology has seen applications in other industries, kagaya ng e-commerce, of course. Clinical entrepreneur programs, yung clinical, yung mga medical supplies delivered between hospitals, right, across the UK to cut delivery time and free up human resources. There's also been media reports of the use of drone technology for aerial spraying disinfectant. Oh, why not, di ba? Nakakita na ako ng video ng ganyan na dati-dati helicopter or plane na nagaganyan. So yung drone pwede na rin siyang mag-spray ng mga sa mga plants, right? or disinfectant din. Hindi lang doon sa mga farms, itong ibig sabihin yung aerial disinfecting in the COVID period. Pwede siyang mag-disinfect ng certain areas to mitigate the spread of the coronavirus. Naisip ko tuloy yung nag-spray ng ng tawag doon, fertilizer. Pero ito, disinfectant. Countries that use drones to spray public areas were the UAE, China, Spain, and South Korea. They already use those drones to spray and disinfect certain areas. Some companies even claim to have been able to cover around 3 kilometers of spraying. Wow, di mabuti. With more drones, you have a lot more ground to cover to disinfect, right? I hope naririnig niya ako dahil ako naririnig ko mas malakas yung ulan kaysa sa boses ko. Several law enforcement agencies and public safety organizations around the world have used drones to survey public spaces and to enforce quarantine messages over loudspeakers and tracking non-compliant citizens. Okay, the use of drones to send out messages reduces the possibility of responders directly contacting a potentially infected population. Some academic groups even use drone technology to conduct symptoms tracing, talaga, enabled to thermal imagery and artificial intelligence. Diba? Cool na cool. Talaga naman, who would have thought that you could remotely check symptoms? Who would have thought that you could remotely do diagnosis and examine your patient? Wala. Technology allows this to happen, right? Okay? So, we're off of that subject. Kamustahin naman natin yung fact na, okay, yung mga nawalan na mga mommies, okay? Millions of mommies, diba? Left work in 2020, yung pinag-usapan natin sa kahapon. Makakatulong ba yung technology for these mommies or these working moms to help families or to help their families and work from home? Like I said yesterday, over the past year, COVID has had an immense impact on families everywhere in the world. It was particularly difficult for the tens of millions of families with young kids where all parents are working, which is true of more families than ever before. Mothers, especially, have been disproportionately affected. Tsaka more and more mothers now, lalo-lalo na kasi may mga daycare center o may mga pag-iiwanan na kindergarten or nursery ang mga bata. Ini-encourage mag-aral ng maaga. Kasi so yung dating housewife, ngayon na typical, hindi na siya typical ni housewife because this housewife also works part-time aside from, of course, the 24/7 care that they have to give to their children. But this pandemic has changed the work style and the work ethics and the work attitude of a lot of women. COVID-19 has reversed decades of progress for women on the work front, with women losing 5.4 million jobs. Since the onset of the pandemic, the percentage of women in the workforce is the lowest it's been since 1988. How sad, diba? According to the National Women's Law Center, mothers have turned down promotions, reported high stress levels, and less job flexibility. So they left their jobs to take care of their children. Tama naman yun, okay? Pero huwag kami ma-stress. May stresses din talagang pag-aalaga ng bata as we know it, right? There's been so much written about this. If you're reading this, if you're heeding this or hearing this as a parent, especially a mom, naiintindihan niyo kung ano yung sinasabi ko and you know where I'm coming from, okay? There's a major trend and severe pain point, no? There's a massive opportunity to build and fund technology companies to solve it. But where are the startups serving families? Where are they saving their productivity and their sanity? Okay? Yung mga taong gusto mag-rise above this pandemic, they are starting to emerge. And there's a huge opportunity to build and fund new companies in this category called FamTech. Okay? Okay, so now, sandali lang pala, wala akong water. Oh my gosh. Ay, Buknoy, excuse me, favor, I'm sorry. Could you please get Tita's cup with a straw, water, please, anak? Yung cup ko na may straw. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ayan po. sorry. Nakalimutan ko na rin yung tubig ko. Very good. Thank you so much, Miho. Thank you very much. Okay, so isa pang talaga is yung impact nitong pandemic is yung managing our mental load. Di ba kaya sinabi natin, lalo na yung online education, ang na-stress, ang nagkaroon ng stresses sa both sa guro, sa magulang at sa estudyante. So, paano natin ito minamanage yung mental load? Okay? Kasi, in a way, working online, studying online, it's also caused some sort of a burnout, lalo na yung mga nag-aaral ng modular At saka na online kasi sa dami ng task na pinapagawa sa kanila. Right? Ah. Tapos, di ba, ito na-realize ko eh, when you work from home or when you study from home, well, depends yung sa studies, I actually end up working more hours in the day. Why? Because nga I live and work where I eat, parang wala nang difference, di ba? Wala na yung balance between work and home. So there's a tendency to work more hours because alam mo na nandyan lang yung computer mo, naka-online ka, yung trabaho mo, nag-aantay lang dyan, nalapitan mo. There's always that temptation to just keep going and going through the day. Kaya nga ako ganun eh. Before I realize it, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I've been up since what, 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I've already started working at 8. So that's, for me, that's more than 12 hours a day that I allot for working. But the reality is, yun na nga talaga, hindi ko mapigil yung sarili ko na magtrabaho kasi alam ko nandiyan lang yung internet, andyan lang yung laptop ko, just like a click, a hop and click step, a hop and click away, right? So, there might be more than 24 hours in anyone's day. But so many billion-dollar companies have been successful in building productivity tools to help make the most of the work hours. Pero para tayo mga nasa bahay, di ba? Kasi sa mga kumpanya yan, yung Slack, gamit nila, yung Zoom, to the proliferation of future of work tools. Roles like executive assistants, office manager, and chief of staff exist in droves. With family life more complex, okay, than ever, there's an opportunity to adapt new business models at home, allowing families to delegate, outsource, or otherwise leverage new services or platforms to help manage their homes, diba? And families while making the most of their 24 hours. Pero yun lang nga eh, kailangan din time management kasi nga, ma-overwhelm ka naman, mas-stress ka rin. So, I'm straining my voice, I'm almost yelling kasi hindi ko alam kung naririnig niyo ako dahil dito, mas malakas yung ulan sa boses ko. Okay? Okay, so sinabi natin, oh yan, meron nag-message sa akin saying na sinabi ko nga daw itong pandemya nagkaroon din ng, of course, maraming negosyo nagsarado, maraming trabahong nawala, pero meron din namang maraming nag-umpisa ulit at saka maraming nagkaroon ng bagong trabaho. We already tackled this issue before, but of course, we can always bring it back. Ano daw ang mga listahan ng mga online job sites, right? Job hunting kasi it's challenging, it's nerve-wracking, and especially difficult during these trying times. Okay, I will talk about that this week po, yung mga online job sites na pwede nating puntahan para makatulong sa ating or maka-add sa ating income na presently. Okay? But for now, ang inuunang ko munang pag-usapan is tungkol sa mga naapektuhan ng mga nanay, right? Nitong pandemya, alright? Yung mga trabaho, makakabangon pa ba sila? Especially that they were working from home. They were working before in an office, right? Yung child care kasi, di ba? Isang consideration yan. And the child care crisis all over the world is documented dito sa COVID because childcare sa Amerika, kunyari, yung childcare was already unaffordable for 63% of parents sa Amerika. Then the pandemic required parents everywhere to balance childcare and schooling on top of other professional and domestic responsibilities. Yan nga, bumabalik na naman tayo sa premise na ang mga magulang ay double stressed, right? Itong pandemic na to kasi yung mga bata, of course, na na-lockdown yung mga schools, they have to stay home. So who's gonna take care of the kids? Especially if your kids are like 3 years old and 5. Na dati may kindergarten and nursery na pwede mo silang pag-iwanan doon dahil habang nagpa-part-time work si mommy. So yun ang naapektuhan yung mga mommy na mga trabaho nila. They had to quit their part-time jobs to be full-time mommies or wives to their families. Okay? The pandemic required parents everywhere to balance childcare and schooling, on top of other professional and domestic responsibilities. then it's quickly exposing the severe inadequacies of traditional child care models. Consequently, the opportunity for creative care models have never been more obvious than till now. Okay, ang traditional child care is one area of family tech with many ventures. So, kung merong financial technologies, meron na rin tayong um, uh, family technologies. Okay? So, sa Amerika, may mga companies like Urban Sitter, Winnie, and Bright Wheel. Okay? They have ventured into the family technology business. Kasi families spend around, to sa Amerika, $42 billion per year on early childhood alone. Okay? More startups are emerging to target employers, expanding the market for childcare as an employee benefit. Okay? So this sector is growing. Yung childcare naging concern din. Kasi nga naiiwanan mga bata. Startups will win when they can push the world from where it is, where it could be, providing great care for families and increasing the supply and access to high-quality childcare. Okay? Like sinabi ko yan, of course, we end up working more hours in a day. Okay? So ano naman yung mga parenting tools and resources na matutulungan ng technology ang mga magulang? Alright? Parents are more informed than ever before. Huwag nating sabihin na hindi tayo makakuha ng information dahil ngayon talaga because of technology, basta may internet ka, may data ka, you can Google and research anything. Kung may questions ka, wala kang kausap, pwede ka magtanong. Diba? So, technology has allowed us to have more access to information that we need. Okay? Even though remote work is on the rise, 41% of employees work for companies that don't provide work-approved mobile communication tools. This is not only inefficient, but by relying on not work-approved BYOD devices, you can also open your company up to security risks. Kaya nga, maging legit kayo, ayusin nyo lahat ang mga paperwork at requirements para walang problema. In the age of the anywhere office, or our office can be anywhere kasi nga remote work, we believe it's very important na i-identify and implement nyo ang latest remote technologies that will keep your team connected. Alamin nyo kung anong mga kailangan yung tools na digital or anong klaseng technology will allow you to keep your job or to be more efficient at your job and to work with other people at your job. Okay? But employees feeling happier and more productive when given the option to work remotely. Okay? Employers need to join the movement to attract and retain the best talent. Okay? So, itong mga employers na to, potentially, may mga certain, of course, aspects ng personality sila hinahanap. So that, the issue about the jobs I will tackle later on this week. Okay? What is the best technology for working remotely? All right? Una-una yung cloud computing. You have to at least, link something or because yung iba naintindihan ko kaya ayaw nila mag-synchronize ng kanilang gadgets with their phones. Kasi, magiging kung ano yung nakikita mo dun sa tablet, makikita mo rin sa cellphone and all that. Nakakatawa, meron akong anecdote about that Doon sa mga medyo mga husbands or mga lalaki na gallivanting, yun, meron akong kakilala, hindi niya alam na lahat ng iPhone niya, lahat ng Apple niya, nakasync. So, yung mga may kausap, itong si subject 1, palagi may kausap sa Viber, palagi may kausap sa ganon. One time nakatulog siya, tapos nag-text, lumabas dun sa iPad ng asawa niya yung message kasi naka-sync, naka-link doon yung Apple iPad ng asawa niya. So, yan ang mga things na kailangan yung pag-ingatan, right? Pag naka-cloud computing kayo or naka-synchronize lahat ng gadgets niyo. Alright? So, anong best na technology again for remote working? Cloud computing. Number 2, business apps. Number 3, may mobile tools. Number 4 is unified communications. Tapos number 5 are project management tools. I think this is also very important. And of course, ang pinakagamit na gamit nowadays na technology is yung video conferencing, right? Whether it's with Slack, Skype, or Zoom. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about cloud computing, because we're in the subject of technology anyway, and we're learning technology. If you haven't invested in cloud computing by 2020, like those companies that didn't embrace the internet back in 2000, you've already fallen behind your competition. Cloud computing increases safety and gives users an access to remote virtual environment. Okay? Anong mga benefits na binibigay at ginagawa ng cloud computing? Okay? Cost-effective siya. You don't need to spend money on equipment or infrastructure because di ba, yung infrastructure needs nyo, hindi mo na kailangan problemahin. Yung proximity, yung lugar. Kasi infrastructure needs and it relieves the burden on your IT staff. Okay? So, ano pang benefits ng cloud computing? Well, it is scalable. You can add or remove services as needed. Okay, is it convenient? Yes, it is because remote employees have easy access, right? And the cloud makes it easier for them to collaborate and to coordinate with their co-employees or colleagues. Kasi nga, yan, yung video conferencing, di ba? Yung technology na yan ang gamit na gamit sa nagre-remote work. Tsaka pwede rin kayong mag-usap-usap. Ganon din naman sa pag-aaral, di ba? Meron mga group chat, may mga kung ano-ano na pwede kayong mag-usap. Ano pa ang technology na gamit natin na useful? Business applications. When you're up and running on the cloud, you can further improve collaboration with cloud-based business apps as well, such as those related to project management tsaka communication. Yun naman ang main, okay? These give your remote employees the same level of access to your in-house na ini-enjoy ng mga pumapasok sa opisina. Integrating apps for remote workers takes some planning and thoughtfulness. Tsaka yun na nga, nowadays, pwede nalagyan ng security naman yun na ngayon para hindi ma-hack or lagyan ng firewall. Okay? So ano pa? Ang mobile tools? Remote employees often work from different places. Okay? Siyempre, yung mga iba umuwi sa probinsya, diba? Yung mga iba umuwi sa ibang bansa, pero nagtatrabaho pa rin sila. Kunyari, for example, they used to work in America, pero umuwi sila sa Philippines, pero pinayagan pa rin sila mag-remote work. So, yeah, so they work in different places and heavily rely on their mobile devices and laptops. By making mobile a key part of your workflow strategy, you offer more flexibility and create better efficiency. Yan na nga. So, itong mga sinasabi ko talaga, lahat ito, ang katulong at kailangan ay technology. For instance, di ba, padalain nyo yung buhay ng inyong mga empleyado by letting them use mobile devices, by deploying mobile-based apps. Yun na nga, yung mga ibang companies like the call centers, pinauwi nila or pinadala nila, pinadeliver nila sa kanilang mga empleyado yung mga computer, bagong laptop, make it conducive for them to working, right? And provide them the Wi-Fi also. Kasi pag work from home, ang gastos ng elektrisidad tsaka ng pagbayad sa internet, ay nandoon sa empleyado mo. So, sana naman yung mga kumpanya, well, I already know of some who give, kunyari, an extra 1,000 or so sa sweldo ng tao nila para pambayad ng internet or pambili ng load kung naka-data, right? You can also give employees portable Wi-Fi devices so they can have a stable connection no matter where they are. Okay? Ano pang isang issue dito? Unified communications. Ano ibig sabihin ng unified communications? It allows you to integrate interconnected communication channels to simplify access. Using virtual communication tools, it comes with many benefits. Okay? Anong beneficio nito? The ability to enhance collaboration or coordination between colleagues and between schoolmates and workmates. Capacity to improve communication options. Tsaka syempre, significantly, it's meant to increase productivity, all right? The best part is you can make it all happen in real time, allowing you to boost convenience and efficiency factors as well. Itong mga pwede nyo gamitin para maging efficient. Try tools like Google Suite, okay, Slack, tsaka Skype, okay, for lively idea sharing and collaborating. And of course, Zoom, okay? Yan ang pinaka all-time favorite. So ano pa? Last? Ay, hindi pa pala last. Project management tools, okay? Alright, project management tools, importante rin to talaga sa pagre-remote at saka sa pagtatrabaho. Even nga sa totoong sa face-to-face na trabaho, importante yung project management tools eh. All the more din sa online work or remote. When pag ang empleyado mo are dispersed across different locations, pinauwi mo sa probinsya, pinauwi sa ibang bansa, project management tools ang magfa-facilitate or mag-a-allow para makapag-communicate silang lahat, mag-coordinate synchronously via chat tools, di ba? And asynchronously to get their work done. There are general project management tools like Asana and Monday.com, Trello, mga ganyan, and ones that are specific to different business areas. Example given, yung GitHub and Jira. This is for software development projects. So ano rin to, case to case, di ba? Kung ano yung mas mabuting app or app para sa kumpanya mo or sa business mo. Yun ang gagamitin mo, of course, okay? No matter the type of remote team you're working on, there's a project management software that's right for you. So i-research na lang kung ano yung pinakamabuting project management software na pwede nyo gamitin sa inyong organization. Okay? At syempre, ang last but not the least, yung video conferencing. Yan na nga, nandaan na natin Skype, Zoom. Phone conferencing solutions are a thing of the past. Diba? Wala na yung mga teleconference na telepono. Today, diba, when it comes to having meetings with remote employees, you want video. Okay? Since these employees often cannot attend in-person meetings, right? Video conferencing ang sagot, di ba? Video conferencing has become one of the most helpful technologies for both in-house and remote employees, lalo na rito sa pandemya, okay? Smart video conferencing cameras like merong tawag dito, Meeting Owl Pro, it allows remote workers to feel as if they're in the meeting room with their in-office colleagues. Ay, tingnan ko nga mamaya yung Meeting Owl Pro. Gusto ko yata yun. Para pag nag-lecture ako or nagkakandak ako ng training online, magamit ko tong Meeting Owl Pro. Alright? People can speak to one another in real time from any place they're working at. By updating your workplace with a quality video conferencing solution or app, you can give your team members quality face-to-face interactions. So para ka na lang din nandun in the flesh or in person. See what a difference this makes in terms of cohesiveness and productivity. Well, I'm willing to try that. My God, if it's going to be at least simulate or seem like, we're physically there and in contact, why not? So let me try that later, okay? Today's remote employees need the right tools to help them be productive and succeed. By integrating modern technologies, you can achieve both of these objectives while simultaneously positioning yourself as an innovative place to work. Okay? Mamaya titingnan ko yung Meeting Owl. Because excited ako dyan. Meeting Owl Pro. Wow! Ito pala itsura ng Meeting Owl Pro. Bukas ko na lang papakita. But anyway, of course, for those people who have questions, please feel free to field your questions either here sa Broad Streamcast Communicators page sa Facebook, or message me or messenger me, or send me an email, or don't send me a virus, send me email, or of course, doon naman sa gusto makapanood ng mga past episodes namin na natapos na na-miss nyo. Of course, we are now also on YouTube. Our past episodes are on YouTube immediately after we do our live stream program. Siguro an hour or so after, we are already in YouTube. So please, subscribe sa YouTube channel ng Broad Streamcast Communicators po. Please like and subscribe, okay? Para po naman mabalikan nyo yung mga episodes na gusto nyong balikan, na meron kayong nakitang kaalaman. Please feel free to come to us through our YouTube channel. Okay? So we just spoke about how technology is effective in certain areas, right? and how we can make it work for us. Yan po yung mga nabanggit ko. Tapos going back to the trabaho naman ng mga mommies na nawala ng work or nagtra-transition from part-time works or real jobs or full-time jobs into working from home. Yun po yung ating mga tips para sa mga mommy. Okay? Siyempre, no, when I'm talking to my students naman, and then I ask, for example, what do you do? What keeps you busy? And when they say, I'm just a housewife. Well, anong-ano ko dyan sa I'm just a housewife? Ano na yan sentence? Because I have been a housewife and a working mom for the most part of my life. Of course, yung housewife part, wala masyado. Pero ibig sabihin, working from home, working as a single mother, and working and taking care of your child at the same time, it's no mean feat. Much less palalo kung yun na nga, sa pandemic, kung naka-lockdown kayo, maraming estudyante na housewife lamang, pero sobra siyang stress kasi ngayon yung mga bata hindi pumapasok, so they have to be home every day, and so with her husband who is working from home too. So, it's gotten to a point na talagang sabi niya, ano ba yan? 24 hours a day, I have to make food for my family. Hi there, Jake. Good morning, Jake. Sobrang lakas ng ulan dito sa Pampanga. I hope safe ka where you are, Iho. And thank you. It's so nice to see your name and your avatar on my show. Thank you so much. So, yung nagsasabing I'm just a housewife, oh goodness. Women's unpaid labor at home has increased by 153% during the pandemic. Talaga naman, natamba ka ng trabaho yung poor housewife only, na halos 24/7 on call ka. Yun ang trabaho, overworked and underpaid. Being a housewife and a mother and a stay-at-home wife, full-time in itself na talaga yung pagtatrabaho, pag-alaga ng bata, no? Tsaka yung pag-uphold ng household. My gosh. When my mother died more than 15 years ago, my father was so devastated. And there was even a point when he wanted to follow her. Umiiyak sa ospital na, sama mo na lang ako, mami. I mean, and of course, we had to tell them, paano naman kami, your children, you have 6 children to take care of and love and spend time with. Sumasama siya sa mami ko. Kasi nga, let's face it, the mommy is the pillar of the home. Parang nung nawala yung mami namin, siling ng daddy ko, nawalan siya ng paa. Diba? So parang ganun. But, and ganun din. Women are unpaid. Women are overworked and underpaid. Yung mga housewife tsaka mother. Kasi, yun na nga. So at least with technology, yung mommy na hindi nagpo-opisina, pwede magtrabaho sa bahay pag natutulog yung anak niya, dahil kung naka-lockdown pa rin, right? You can facilitate a lot of things with the help of technology, okay? COVID isn't the only factor amplifying this problem of women working from home. Startup building solutions for parents might benefit, di ba, from political tailwinds. Okay? Kailangan din yan, intindihin. Okay? Kasi nawalan din ng income yung mga nanay, tsaka nahirapan humanap ng trabaho. Okay? So, dapat din, kung karoon din ng ganyang klaseng app, hindi lang fintech app, yung family tech app, i-address din yung problema ng mga mommies na na-overwhelmed kasi hindi siya makatrabaho because nandun yung pamilya niya lahat sa bahay, naka-lockdown. Okay? While research and policies are a start, more tech-oriented solutions would likely to unlock for greater results for parents. Considering under innovation around many of the day-to-day issues that plague parents at home, many of the smartest consumer venture investors are more focused on the space than ever before. So, asan ng mga investment opportunities or business opportunities? Patuloy po natin pag-uusapan yung mga effects ng technology or internet sa ating mga buhay, especially now in this pandemic. Okay? We will continue about that tomorrow. Okay, and of course, the list of online job sites, we will tackle that also, maybe tomorrow or Friday, pero wag po kayo mag-alala. Pag-uusapan ulit natin yan, yung mga trabahong pwedeng magawa dito sa pandemya at pwede nating makuha. Alright? Hindi ka na mahulog, please. Alright, thank you so much. Thank you to those people who joined me today na hindi ko makita ang name. Si Jake lang nakita kong pangalan umakyat. Thank you so much. And of course, yan na naman, ang lakas na naman ng ulan. And of course, Lord God, I pray for the rains to stop. I pray, Father God, for the floods to move away from the cities, to move away from municipalities and homes. Father God, please. Of course, in some countries and some places, they need rain because there's drought. But Father God, wag naman pong sobrang lakas na ulan para makapag-cause ulit ng baha and damage to homes and lives. You know, dear Lord, please bless this day and every day po that we all keep safe from the virus and from other infirmities. Maraming salamat po sa mga sumali sa akin itong araw na to because we are talking about computers and internet and how we are all dependent on the internet and computers nowadays, especially in this pandemic. So, are we internet dependent? Of course, I say yes. Personally, I say yes, I am internet dependent because really I can't imagine a day of working without technology, right? I can't even envision or imagine kung nangyari tong pandemya na to na wala pa tayong mga internet or wifi. How do people cope with this? No electricity kaya, right? Or no technology to help them with their work. So I'm really thankful to have been hindi ko naman ako thankful sa pandemic, pero I'm thankful for the fact na buhay pa ako sa panahon na nagagamit natin ang teknolohiya to its utmost for the good, right? For good purposes and for productivity, right? So Jake, anong tanghalian mo? I hope meron ka masarap na lunch na nakahanda at mag-aantay para sa'yo. So anyway, maraming salamat for those who joined us and please feel free tomorrow to field your questions and of course, magkita-kita po tayong muli bukas, same time, same place, 11 o'clock to 12. Thank you very much for joining me. I'd like to greet, of course, si Tita Heidi na nanonood palagi rin, tsaka si Dax, okay, tsaka si Alice, yung ang aking nagmamanicure sa amin, right? Batiin ko si Alice, right? Kung nanonood ka, hi Alice, at saka yung mga neighbors namin dito sa Ramar. Thank you very much, and please always remember that there's always hope for a brighter tomorrow if we keep the faith and love alive in our hearts. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Despite this rain that's pouring, be safe po. And love for everyone. Have a good day po.
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Streamcast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much.